I'm trying to remember what the first thing I ever had in Tokyo was.
So what was your first food?
I think my first food in Japan was probably convenience store food, dude. I'm pretty sure because the first time I went to Japan was this manga contest that I won.
That was your first time,
yeah. So it was like in 2004. It's like 2004 maybe, and yeah, like I'm pretty sure like I didn't even wait. I'm pretty sure I just got off the plane and whatever, and then just went and like bought like onigiri and like that type of stuff for sure. I remember we got osushi at like with everybody from the group at some point, and I think that was the first time I had
actual sushi.
Yeah, I believe so. No, it was Chicago. We talked about this before. I had that where I ate like the spoonful of wasabi. That's the first time I had sushi, but yeah, the first time in Japan was that in 2004. But yeah, no, I can't remember. You know, the other thing is this. I think you might pay more attention to this type of thing than I do, but like, I'm not mindful of thinking, oh, this is like, you know, I'm having this meal and this is what's happening. You know when they say live in the moment, right? I feel like I'm always like thinking about other shit and completely ignoring the moment, always. So like, you know, it's like, what's the first thing you ate here? I'm like, I don't remember. What was the first time? It's
I mean, you get attached to different things though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like there's probably something to that. It's probably why that is a saying and everybody says it. I should probably be more mindful of what's going on, but
yeah, man, I think I'm kind of both, but I guess being in Japan for a long time, and if it's not working as you want it to work, like everything is just falling apart, then you're fucking depressed, frustrated.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Girlfriend's about to leave you, and you know it's coming. I mean, label people fucking dodging your calls. Your friends are just like, this motherfucker again. No answer type.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, but then you know, all you can do is just like sit and wherever and just, I guess, live in the moment at the time. Just like being mad depressed.
That's called suffering the moment, dude.
That's the main thing to do at the kurai izakaya, just
right
for like until they close and you know the master is like, it's closing time, get the fuck out. Mo shihatsu hashiteru yo. I'm like, oh shit, it's 5 a.m. already.
Dude, you know, maybe that's why girls don't want to go to Fujisoba, because that's where dudes go to think about this type of dude.
Nah, they don't. It's only me, man. They don't. It's only me. I can tell you that for sure. It's me, only me. Now, last time I went to Ningyocho, of course I went to Fujisoba alone, but even Yoshinoya, you know, now they have Yoshinomi Setto.
Okay, and they got alcohol there?
Yeah, it's a combination. You know, like the beef they put on top of rice.
Yeah,
that's without the rice, just beef.
Okay,
and a namabiru.
It's just beef and beer?
Yeah. So it's like the beef just becomes a tsumami.
Right.
So I was just like doing that shit alone. Live in the moment.
What year was that?
2017.
Oh, okay. So that was more recent.
Nah, man, just kidding. Just saw it and I was like, maybe I have time. So I guess I'll just live the moment for like 30 minutes. Went inside. And Mickey texted me like, Duck, 何やってんの? Let's fucking drink. And I was like, 今一人で吉飲みしてる. And he
Yoshinomi.
Yeah, he replied, 渋いね. I'm like, yeah, then we went to Yamaga.
Nice.
Which is pretty much the same. It's just like two old songs, just like, Nihon wa mowateru, Kushiyaki. Even again, man, even people, they don't even want to go to Yamaga. Girls don't want to go to Yamaga.
Right. No, that's just for rowdy gaijin, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs. It's always upstairs or downstairs.
Yeah.
It's never like on the ground level where people can see inside.
Right. Yeah.
I've been there once with a gaijin, Chris, inside the first floor. Probably it was all packed. So there's like, sure, go inside.
Right.
And me, Chris, and this other girl went inside, just talked, and that was it. Nothing special.
Right.
Or, went to Yamaga with Paris too, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because Paris was Japan at the time when I was there. So I'm like, what are you doing? And she took Inogashira-sen.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. She got off the station. I'm like, where do you want to go? It's like, yakiniku. I'm like, what do you mean yakiniku? Not your boyfriend. Yamaga time. Oh, she loved it. She said it's good.
Yeah. Did you guys go upstairs?
No. It was kind of like inside, going around the bar.
Oh, right.
Kind of like Hachiko.
Right.
Yeah, then
just hide him back there.
Then we got yakitori moriawase and motsu. They have like livers and all that stuff like that. Was our favorite though. Moriawase.
Nice.
And Irie-kun came later on, and Taiga came later on. And after that, it was just drank a little. I was like, yo, let's go to Roppongi. Like to
word?
Yeah, then we went. I mean, it's not that far. I took a cab to Aki-san's bar.
Right.
Drank there. Everybody went home. And of course, it's like 6, 7 in the morning too. Like, in front of the station. And of course, Taiga's like, one more drink. I'm like, no! Then that bar, like we like downstairs.
Yeah.
I went inside, like DJ's just like, yeah! I'm like, yo, man, 7 in the morning. No, but it was kind of empty though. We only had like a couple more customers and us. So they were like, DucK's-san, hisashiburi desu. Is there any songs you want to hear? I'm like, I'll give me some list. Just show it on my phone. The same thing. It's already on my phone. I don't have to listen to it now, like 7:30 in the morning in Roppongi,
He's
man.
like, no, he's like, I got you, dog. Let's go.
I got you. Welcome back. Okaerasai. Good times.
Oh, man.
Oh, actually, that like today's Chinese place kind of reminded me of my first time going to Tachigui Soba in Japan. Actually, Tachigui Soba was the very first restaurant I've been to when I went to Japan for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tachigui Soba. It was like this Tachigui. It wasn't Fujisoba, but Tachigui Soba in Warabi Station in Saitama. Because that was like the only that was the only restaurant that was open at the time. So I went in, kake soba. I knew how to read Japanese at the time, but I couldn't speak.
Right.
Because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm gonna be judged. I'm like, gaijin. No. But I was just like, So I got the cheapest, of course, kake soba, because I didn't know anything else. Udon soba. And when you get the kake and you pass it to the keiin, the worker, you have to tell like soba or udon, right?
Right.
And I didn't know it. I passed it and she got it. This oba-san was like, you want soba or udon? I didn't know. I was like, I thought it was all udon, but what's soba like? So, you know how when you go to Chinese restaurants, they have like, hello, what do you want? Fried rice, chow mein? You always say like half and half, right?
Right.
I kind of remember that. So I said, half and half. And they're like, what the But she gave me udon anyways. Probably like, this motherfucker don't know shit. Just give him udon and get the out.
You didn't get different noodles in your bowl, dude. Just like, what?
Yeah, but I said half and half. Half and half. And they're like, the question mark being. What a fucking noob I used to be, man.
Yeah, we all there at some point.
Exactly. But yeah, talking to all my friends, I always ask him like, have you ever been to Fujisoba? And of course, like a lot of them, they're like, what's that? I don't know. But I don't know. Did you like Fujisoba? Because Fujisoba was my favorite though.
Dude, honestly, I don't remember much even what I got at Fujisoba. I've been there maybe like a handful of times, always with you or Taiga.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Was asking me when every time they go to Japan, especially Tokyo, they're like, do you have any recommendation restaurant? I'm like, just go to Fujisoba, just around with them too. But to me, that's my favorite. Fujisoba all the way, yo.
What do you get?
To me, like many things, like udon, soba, of course. But the thing is, I prefer Fujisoba better than Matsuya or like cheap ramen joints like Hidakaya. You know, those cheap places.
Right.
Like, for a budget gaijin, it's a perfect. Even if I had money back in the days, I would still love Fujisoba. It's cheap. Right. Got many menus, combos, like soba, udon, of course. They have kare. You can get katsudon for like 500 yen. Even cheaper back in the days. And my personal favorite, kakiagedon setto. It's like kakiagedon and soba or udon. And depends on the store. They have little secret menus. You know, some stores, they have like ura menu. So, the stuff you got, the one time you went with me, they're like katsu karedon.
Okay.
It's just like kare on top of like katsudon. A lot of people were just like, ugh, what the f- is that? Super good, right? Yeah, think about it.
Now I'm sorry, I realize why I don't know. Like, I don't like udon and I don't like soba.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, I'll eat them. I'll eat them. They're fine. But that's never going to be something I'm going to choose ever. No, it's not like I'll take any kind of donburi, like rice and meat dish. I'll take curry. Even a soup or ramen. But like soba and udon, not the biggest fan.
They have kare udon too.
I know. That's why I don't remember what I got there, but I know it wasn't soba or udon.
Yeah, because I remember like us. You know how they have like these model food outside, display outside, and it was like, Katsu karedon, what the f*** is this? Let's go inside. And Katsu karedon 2つお願いします.
Man, I remember like those the model foods you're talking about. It's the ones that are made out of wax that they just I used to think it was real food that they sprayed with like a glue or something, but they actually make it out of wax, which is great because they look great.
Yo, Japan's like #1 country making that.
Of course, no doubt about it. But I went to the one in Ningyocho with Taiga. There's a Fujisoba there. Did you go that one?
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
Yeah. And the other thing I noticed is Ningyocho, like all these restaurants, it feels like every place has one of those like sculpted everywhere. Like it's just like all you see is these like wax food museum all over Ningyocho.
The great thing about Japan is the actual food looks like it too. Because sometimes, you know, like here they have one and you know what you get. You know, look at Big Mac. The picture looks all nice and stuff. And then you get the actual thing you get is trash, right?
It's all deflated and
I mean, think about Tachigui soba. It's fast, it's convenient, and it's everywhere. I mean, off the top of my head, I think I know at least like 4 or 5 Fujisobas just in Shibuya. The one we went to,
snap, dude.
The one we went to, like behind Yamaga. And if you keep going down that road, you know, there's a big road and there's a huge overpass, right? And other side of that road, there's one Fujisoba. And let's say in front of Big Camera on Meiji Dori, there's one. And I know these. I don't know why. Remember,
just in case, dude. Just in case. It's just an emergency. You know where they are, dude.
I'm always like scanning the perimeter. Boom, 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 boom. Remember the bar street we used to go to drink, like Sentagai. You know, like when I used to have all that stuff, and we're just like, you know, if you keep going down that road, there's an Outback Steakhouse, right?
Yeah.
if you go a little further, there's Fujisoba there.
Okay. Just in case, dude. Just in case.
You know, we talked about the old building too, right? There's one Fujisoba right next to Ichimaru-kyu too. Remember? Remember that?
Which side? Right or left side? Oh, the right side?
Right side. Remember that SoftBank building that went? It was like a fancy izakaya.
That's where I got my first iPhone, dude.
Your first iPhone.
Yeah, dude.
Right next to that, I don't even know if it's still there, but it was one of those like old ass building. That one has to be like the oldest Fujisoba in Shibuya, because it's right next to Maru-kyu.
Right.
In the middle of Shibuya. And there's a udon-ya. Old, like the building itself is from, I don't know, like from like BC 200 or something like that. And that Fujisoba, like even the kanban was written with a brush, big brush. It wasn't a neon, like, you know.
Wasn't printed word.
Yeah.
Is that the first one? Did you check, dude?
I don't.
Is that the first Tokyo Fujisoba, dude?
It looked like it. It looked like founder of Fujisoba still lives there. Like that. Otherwise, like imagine how much the rent is gonna be in the middle of Shibuya, right next to Ichimaru-kyu.
For sure.
I don't even know if it's still there, but last time I was in Japan, I didn't even check. But when I left Japan, it was still there. I think I still have a picture of it. You know how I always cook and eat standing up?
Yeah.
Because, I just cook and just eat. I never when I have to, I do, but, usually regularly. So when I went to Japan, like the tachigui soba, the tachigui, tachinomi, the culture itself, I loved it.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Eating
standing up? I do too. I also eat standing up. Like I cook and the same thing. But yeah.
But a lot of gaijins at first, especially Koreans, when they go to Japan, they think like, oh my God, we have to eat standing up. We're paying for this food. But the idea of tachigui is, back in the day was to keep circulation fast so they can keep the cost low.
Right.
Or, the price low for everybody. So you go in, you get the little ticket from the vending machine. It's like, kake soba or like kare or whatever. Give the ticket to the worker and tell like soba or udon. Then you get your eat, then get the out. It's pretty much, that's pretty much the same for ramen places too. Like people here, they don't know. They're like, oh no, like, we pay, we got our ramen, let's stay here for like 2 hours. Let's order a Japanese sake. I'm like, really? Word, you guys doing that?
Yeah. They want to take it easy. They want to have their nice, comfortable, not rushed Japanese experience.
Exactly, man. But a lot of tachigui soba places back in the days, it was all like a stand-up bar, and you just get your food, eat and leave, and kochis and then leave, right?
Right.
But I guess like throughout the years, they started to put tables and chairs, and like when I went to Japan, it was already kind of like that, and a lot of tachinomi places even use, I guess, towards gaijins now, like the sentiment of like natsukashi, Showa jidai no natsukashi sentiment for business. It's like it's kind of a gimmick thing, but still, man, like if you go in, you can tell by how you go in and people like chatting, talking, doing their little West Hollywood brunch. Then you can kind of stay, but if you see nobody talking, just like eating and just then it's a real tachigui place. You better eat and get out like within like 5 minutes, because people do that during lunchtime, right?
What, dude? That's horrible.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Yeah, they come in, order soba udon, and they just drink that and just like kochis. Piece next.
Was that because they have to be back at work or something?
That too. But that's the whole idea of tachigui soba. So, I don't think people will be like, "Yo, get the out! It's been 5 minutes or 10 minutes." They're not gonna say it, but everyone you're around and just gonna be like,
right.
もう日本は終わってる But again, you don't want to be that like KY gaijin when you go to those places.
Of course.
So if it's tachigui
because those people want to get to their food. They don't want to have to wait that long.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point, right? Make it quick.
So yeah, like because that nature of tachigui soba, like most customers are like osangs and dudes, or like daigakses, or like budget gaijins like us. You barely see any girls there. Like if you do, it's like 1 out of 20 or 30 osangs, right? Have you seen any obasang? I saw like obasangs. Or like,
well, because they're with their osan, they're together.
Yeah, that
with
too.
the
But
guy.
like alone, you barely see people alone, like girls alone. So when I was kind of new to Japan, a lot of my girlfriends, not my girlfriends, but friends that are girls, they told me they'd never been to Fujisoba or like even Matsuya kind of places because somehow places like that, like Tachigui or like Udonya, they told me like, 女が一人で行く店じゃない. Which I always thought fucking strange. I'm like, why? It's cheap and it's good. You can eat fast. Like, you don't have to like go to like nice restaurants all the time. But I guess it is what it is. You know, if I saw a girl or a lady inside alone, they will just like eat and get out real quick. They will just shh. Then, ごちそうさまです and just jet out. Like whereas like dudes are like they do a little stretch when you done eating. ごちそうさまです Then get last water and go out, right? But
get the last water. Very important.
Yeah, girls just like ごちそうさまです like as if like they don't want to get caught or something. So
I think that's what it is, dude. I would argue that like it's not trendy to go to these places, and if you're a girl and you're trying to be kawaii and whatever and desirable, and then you're eating dinner with all the osan who are drinking like like 1 cup ozeki sake and stuff, like you're not gonna
biru at lunchtime.
Yeah. I think it's more of that. It's just like there's places here. I think the U.S. is different. I think culturally the U.S. kind of like that type of stuff. People maybe care a little less than other countries. But like growing up in Argentina, it's the same thing. Like there's certain bars or restaurants or whatever that like girls just like, nah, I'm not going there. Like it's gross. It wasn't gross. It's just like if it was for them. So like,
probably they're like, if a girl just comes in alone, it's like 女が一人で女っぽくないな.
Oh, really? That too?
Yeah. Or like they look at it as like, 日本はもう終わってる. It's the same with some from that. He's like, everywhere. Just in different forms. Nah, but again, like, if you saw like 2 or 3 girls in a group coming to Fujisoba, Fujisoba, it was always Chinese or Korean girls just just doing sightseeing, kankokyaku.
Right. Yeah.
They will come in and it's like, oh my god, because I understand Korean. They're like, oh my god, it's so cheap here. This looks good. Japanese udon.
Right.
And I'm just inside, just thinking, oh darling, you came to the wrong place.
Well, they don't care. Obviously,
they don't care, like... which is great. I guess like this generation, the new generation, it's more like girls. They go to Matsuya or whatever. But even our generation, a lot of girls, they're like, no, like even Matsuya or Yoshinoya, 女の子は一人で行く場所じゃない.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the other thing I notice is like, you notice how many girls go to little cake shops and tea, do tea and all that, and like I think it's just
the opposite of that.
I might be completely wrong. I'm a gaijin, so be easy on me. But like,
roast his ass.
I imagine like girls like to do kawaii stuff, and they like going out to places like that where they're having shotokeki and whatever kind of teas and Matsuya, whatever, that's the opposite of that. It's not oshare at all, dude. Like, it's not like, it's just like, oh, here you go. Here's your traditional food. And then, there's nothing cute about it. It's not trendy. It's not talked about. Like, there's no gay nojin saying, oh, we're at Fujisoba, my favorite place. You know, that might change now with you, dude. But like, I'm just saying, like, I think
Fujisoba is watching this. The dude, the first dude, the owner dude at Shibuya was like, koitsu ii kanji.
Find me those guys.
Yeah, but you know what's even funnier? Even the Japanese dudes were like, kind of like every time I want to go to Fujisoba, they're kind of reluctant about it. Like, Fujisoba,
wow, dude.
Yeah, because
to them it's like, why?
To them it was like, I'm oishikunai or too cheap. I'm like, you're talking about too cheap? You're just come. So, like, after my shows, or like I go to like Kaodashi to all these events, and like after the club, people were like, ramen iko, like gyudon iko, like saize iko ze, something like that. And but me, I always kind of like inside of my head, I was like, Fujisoba ikitai noni. But I asked them like, yo, why don't we go like Fujisoba? And they were like, Fujisoba, yada yo, hoka ni dokka nai. And they were like, they were not with it at all. And at some point, these motherfuckers stopped asking me because they knew I would say Fujisoba.
Right.
And they didn't ask me at all. They're just like, ramen iko ze, and some shit like that. Okay, I'm thinking all these nights.
Like these sleepless nights.
But yeah, out of all those nights, I think we went to Fujisoba like twice.
Right.
And I had to go to like clubs like how many times a week? At least two or three times a week.
Right.
And out of all those nights, 6.5 years, only twice.
Wow, dude. So they're really just not. They
probably it was because of me. Yeah, okay. Like once in a while, like DucK's iru kara, let's go to Fujisoba.
Right.
Kind of. I was all happy. Like yeah, Fujisoba, katsudon, tempura,
do you remember what they got?
They got some regular ass udon or soba, stuff like that. And I was like, what noobs. But they're always
I wonder if there's something to it. You should ask them. What? Next time you should ask. You should just be like, hey, I got something really important to talk to you about. And I really would appreciate your pure honesty when answering. And then you ask them like, yo, what's the deal with Fujisoba? Why you don't want to eat there? What's going on? I need to know. And then you press them. You got to press them and get the truth. You got to get the truth.
Probably they were just like, they just run away. Like those
no answer.
Sarani man, they just got caught out of Pinzaro heads. Just like run away to the station. But yeah, like most always like they look at me going to Fujisoba, being all happy. They're like, DucK's gaijin nanoni hontoni Fujisoba suki da ne.
Right. You gotta get an answer from them, dude. I feel like there's a secret here we don't know.
Well,
I think we gotta say, hey, you gotta help us out. We're gaijin.
Next time we go to Japan, I don't like. I stayed there for almost 7 years. I still couldn't figure it out. So
we gotta start interviewing people about Fujisoba. I think that's something we should do.
Ancient Japanese secret that gaijin should not know.
It might be, dude. If everybody's just not down, I mean, obviously people are because the place exists and. And obviously the Osan team, they're holding it down at Fujisoba. So, yeah, dude.
No, it depends on the Fujisoba tempo. Sometimes, like, they make their own soup. Because, like, chain tens, they get soup from the main kitchen, right?
Right.
But sometimes they're like, they have the main kitchen one. And again, like, they have, like, these ura menus. And they're like, when they're about to pour the soup in, they're like, jikase ni shimasu? Because they have their own homemade udon soup, which is always better.
Right.
And, okay. Jikase de onegai shimasu. No, yeah. Super good. The one in Akiba is kind of like that too. Yeah. And if you go, like some of them, like the one in Ningyocho too, some of the masters, they're like, not a lot of people, but he made maybe too many tempuras. He'll just like throw like a couple in. Service desu.
Oh, nice. Like, nice. That's kind of service, dude. Hook it up.
you know how people always be like, Duck Fujisoba daisuki, daisuki. I'm like, yes, because I think I have this like special attachment to Fujisoba. To Fujisoba. Because I remember,
I would agree with that for sure. That's a true statement. If somebody asks me where does Duck want to eat, and we're in Japan and you're not around, I would surprise the hell out of you with exactly what you want to eat, dude.
Yeah, it's me like Fujisoba or Kokoichi. You know the whole roster too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I remember during my last year in Japan, I would often go to Fujisoba and sit alone with my soba for I don't know how long, but for a long time. Cause
you got the cold soba then, I'm imagining.
No, it was a warm one to warm up my cold, rotten heart, man. I always get the atsi soba.
Yeah, right.
Nah, but again, it's a tachigui soba. But if you go in like 3 or 4 in the morning alone, there's barely anyone, so it's okay to kind of stay as long as you want. And the Taisho dude inside, he's like knocking, he's watching TV.
Right. Is he watching TV like this, dude? Holding his cigarette like that?
No, it was already no smoking at the time, so it's okay. But there's some non-chain tachigui sobaya. Back in the days, even izakayas, you see people like smoking inside of the bar, right?
Yeah.
So they're like yasai itamicho, okay, just with a cigarette, just some Japanese, just
little ajitsuke.
It's some 80s, 90s Japanese manga anime. Right before your eyes. I'm like, oh my god, stop smoking. But this one day, while eating my cheapest kakesoba because I was broke as shit. This one day, I looked down the bowl, and you know how they put like mad like green onions, negi, on top of whatever soba you order? They put it, right? And I looked down, and there was this one heart-shaped negi piece. And I was like, oh. Well, you know me, I'm not the type of motherfucker who be like, oh, hato da kawaii ya, iyasareru. Nah, man, like me, this was like after like 6 years in Japan. I was lost, mad depressed, and of course broke, frustrated. And somehow that one piece of negi, that hard negi, reminded me of my mom's. Yeah, and that hit hard, man. And I got mad emotional inside of Fujisoba, and I started like, nobody in Fujisoba, just me. I cried for a good 10 minutes inside of Fujisoba.
Word.
Yeah, and you know how when you like cry everything out, you kind of like skitty.
Right.
You kind of feel like, and that was the time I think that was the time I kind of thought maybe I should accept the reality, and maybe it is time for me to go home. Then, I made one more song in Japan. Then I left Japan shortly after, man. So, Fujisoba to me, I don't know why it's so, like a kurai.
Fujisoba's kurai, or this one story
I made the whole Fujisoba kurai now.
No, I don't know.
It's kurai and kurai.
Kurai. Yeah, you made that soba extra salty, dude.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I cried super hard, man.
Was that negi cut?
I think, you know, sometimes it's all roundy, but I think it was like half cut. It got caught in the mix and just, so it became a heart shape. I took a picture too. I even took a picture.
Nice, dude. Yeah. You got to include that, dude.
Bing.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's my kind of like, I don't know, emotional or like sentimental memory of Fujisoba.
Right.
And, you know, I left Japan after that. But every time I go back to Japan, Taiga and my boys, they always take me to Fujisoba. It's like, for the first meal, it's always Fujisoba. And they always say like, yo, this is your soul food. Like, 自分 like, これがダックのソウルフード Don't forget where you came from Don't forget your roots And I'm like I'm not from here もういいよ Remember how I was joking about that old Fujisoba next to 109?
Yeah.
Like
The first ever.
So old, super ボロボロ So ちょっと気になって I looked it up after last week's session Turns out to be It was the first Fujisoba ever
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I looked it up I was like, oh, it was all those years like going to that place getting katsudon, udon, soba and everything I didn't know. I always thought it was like, why is it so old? Like, kind of like boro and like little kitanai too. So I was like, oh, why? But yeah, now we know why.
Yeah, it's the first, the original.
Yeah, but sadly, it closed down, I said, on January 2016. So it's not there anymore. Yeah, that's why when I was looking up on Google Map, it wasn't there anymore.
Right.
Thank God I took pictures before it closed down.
That was your spot. That was the OG spot, dude.
Yeah, but they closed down. The first Fujisoba ever. So, I guess, お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。RIP. First Fujisoba.
I don't think it's RIP, but maybe they moved. But rest in peace, that spot.